In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of insurances that you need for your serviced accommodation business, a question I get asked about all the time. Number one for me is the type of insurance that you need around the property. So depending on whether you own the asset, whether you're renting the asset, or whether you're managing the asset will depend on who actually needs to get the insurance. Under my contracts, the way that I do it for my rentals and my managed, it would be the landlord that needs to get the insurance and we become the managing partner of that insurance. But they will need to get insurance specific for short lets and serviced accommodation if they are switching from a standard AST strategy. The difference in payment is about double, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still very small and it keeps them fully protected should a guest cause a fire, burn the house down, or something else happen that causes great damage to the property. So when you're speaking with landlords on the rental arbitrage strategy, you should be talking about the insurance element as well, because you do not want to leave them in a hole. Now on the back of this, I get asked all the time about contents insurance, which is probably on a rental arbitrage strategy, the only way you can get insurance for the property is through the contents, and you insure the contents. I did at the beginning get contents insurance, but personally I don't now and haven't for quite some time, because I realized that the premiums I was paying is not really worth what the furniture costs, and it just outweighed. So what I do now is just self-insure, and really there's not that much to steal in these properties apart from TVs, etc. But if you've got good systems and processes in place, you will know if a guest's stolen a TV, so you can then take the money from their credit card. It's a very protected model service accommodation, and that's why I like it so much. You'll then need public liability insurance. Now this is specifically for your guests. You do not want a guest to go in, hurt themselves, and then come after you for millions. We see it all the time. It's very popular in the United States, the sort of claim culture, but we don't want guests going into properties and being able to then damage or even shut down your business through a claim. So public liability insurance makes sure that everybody that comes through the doors is protected, and you're protected, more to the point, from any claims that might come from it. And that is just an absolute must for your business. The last one is your professional indemnity insurance. So this is if anybody from your team is going into the properties, or any contractors that you may be working with. Side note on contractors, especially if they're building for you or doing big refurbs, make sure they have their own insurance as well. This sort of trickles down to any type of consultants that work in your business. Could be bookkeepers, could be anybody like that. Make sure they have insurance, because you might need to claim on their insurance should something go wrong based on what they've done. But at the same time, you also want to protect yourself in case they claim against you, or if you have a staff member that is employed and they go into a property and something happens, then you want to make sure that you're covered as well. So for me, they're the three main insurances that you need within your short-term rental business, and also whether you need to advise your landlords whether they need them or not. Hopefully you can have that conversation now. And so look after yourselves, and it means you can freely go about with a peace of mind, and you don't need to worry about what's covered, what's not covered, or whether you're ever going to get a claim or not. And this in itself opens up an abundant mindset, which we've talked about previously on the last few videos. If you're enjoying the 30-day accommodation series, please hit the subscribe button, give it a like, or drop me a comment, and don't forget to share it with everybody. Really appreciate all the help, all the kind words that we're getting about the series. Everyone seems to be loving it, and I'm definitely going to be doing more the more shares and likes that we get.